Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you again for our time together. Please don't forget, in all services, 7:30, 10, and 3, Pastor Joe and Sister Becky will be ministering. This is going to be a great day of prayer and worship and praying for the sick. It's going to be a good day. We'll see you in God's house. But right now, I want you to come back with me to the book of Genesis chapter 11. Genesis chapter 11. Now, beginning with verse 31, Terah is the father of Abraham, whom I believe first had the call. I believe Terah could have been Abraham in history. But something happened. It said one day Terah took his son and his daughter-in-law Sarah, his son's wife Abram, and his grandson Lot, his son Haran's child, and they moved away from Ur of the Chaldeans. He was headed for the land of Canaan. Did you hear that? He was headed for the promised land. That's where he was headed. Now I wonder why he was headed for the promised land. I believe he was the first in a series of generational promises. But they stopped at Haran and settled there. Terah lived for 205 years, and he died while still in Haran. Then the Lord said to Abram, God didn't speak to Abraham with this promise until Terah had died. Now, there's the one simple principle. There's a lot of teaching here, but there's one simple principle I want you to notice. Why did Terah stop? Well, I want you to notice he had one son, Abram, and he had another son called Haran. Now, Haran died. It's a horrible thing for a parent when a child dies. Our children are supposed to bury us. We are not supposed to bury our children. It's a horrible, heartbreaking thing. But then as he begins to move toward the land of Canaan, he comes across a little village with the same name of his son, Haran. And he just stopped there. Now there's a principle I want you to see. Never settle in a place that keeps you reminded of your pain. Never settle in a place that reminds you of your pain. He settled in a city where every day he heard people refer to where they lived by his son's name who had died. He settled in a place that reminded him of his pain. And there are some people that just choose to live there. They choose to live in a place of pain. Brothers and sisters, I wish it wasn't this way, but you know what? Stuff happens in life. Bad things happen to good people. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't so. But I mean, look at Jesus. He was perfect and sinless. Look at Paul. Look at the other apostles. Bad things happen to good people. Now, either you choose to settle in a place that always reminds you every day of your pain, or you choose to move on. Your past pain can destroy your future. Now, I challenge you today. Some of you have had some really bad things happen in this last year. 2019 was a year you don't ever want to think about again. But you're going to see something. You're going to remember something. You're going to live in your past pain. I remember when my grandmother died. My grandfather did not want to clear out any of her things. He did not want to clear out her drawers, her closets, her toothbrush, nothing. So finally one day I sat down with Grandpa and I said, Grandpa, every day you look at this, you remember that she's dead. You remember that she's gone. Grandpa, life is for the living. Move on. Some of you, you've lost a husband, you've lost a wife, you've lost a child. I want to challenge you in 2020. Life is for the living. Move on. Don't park in the place of your pain.